Welcome everyone to Bold Not Old. Most people think that healthy aging is about eating better, exercising, maybe taking vitamins. And while those things matter, what if I told you one of the biggest predictors of how long and how well you live, it's not in your refrigerator and it's not in the gym. It's found in your relationships. The people you surround yourself with. People who make you laugh. Friends you can lean on. Other people who just know your story and get you. Today we're talking about designing your life. That's part of the Bold Not Old blueprint. And we're starting with something many people underestimate, and that is connections. Loneliness is an epidemic, and it's not an aging problem. People of every age experience loneliness. You can be surrounded by people, coworkers, families, thousands of social media followers who love you, and you can still feel disconnected. Loneliness is not determined by how many people are around you. It's determined by whether you feel seen, understood, and connected. So building meaningful relationships is something we have to intentionally cultivate throughout our whole lives. Now, there's a difference between social isolation, that's having fewer social interactions, and loneliness, which is a feeling of being disconnected. You can be surrounded by people and feel lonely. You can live alone, but still feel deeply connected. Strong relationships improve everything we've been talking about: physical health, mental health, resilience, cognitive health, longevity. Poor social connections increases your risk for chronic disease, depression, dementia. And research has found that the impact of loneliness has been compared to smoking 15 cigarettes a day, making loneliness one of the most important and overlooked health risks of our time. I mean, just imagine if there was a pill that lowered your risk for chronic disease while improving happiness, resilience, and quality of life, we'd all take it. So let's take the time to focus on connections and who's important in our life. I've made a real focus on this in the last year. I'm an extrovert on paper. However, I enjoy a smaller network of close friends, people that I can really be myself with, rather than a large group of acquaintances. Nurturing relationships takes time. We've got to set aside the time. We've got to make the time. I've got a set of friends that I went to high school with. We're called the Psycho Pals, according to my husband. And we're headed out in a couple of weeks for our annual road trip. We pack up the car and we head out for some fun. And that is so good for my soul. It's so important. Pablo had some friends over last week that he used to work with, all from Argentina. And for 6 hours, the Spanish and the bourbon was flying. I mean, this is good stuff. So connections can be found in many different forms. First, we've got family relationships. And oftentimes they're our longest relationships, but our most complicated. So healthy aging doesn't require a perfect family, but it does require a more intentional relationships. So maybe we need to repair relationships or forgive, or maybe we need to set boundaries. And then there's friendships. Research shows it's very important because friends share our interest rather than our genetics. So they give us an identity outside of our family roles, and they help us laugh, try new things. I have some friends who share my passion for music, so we're always going to a show. Other who love a good meal, let's grab dinner. And some, let's just have a nice walk on a beautiful day. I love them all. Next, we have communities. Humans are tribal, and we need a place to belong. So that could be church, volunteering, your hiking group, your book club. Join the next Bold Not Old circle. It's a community of women just like me who want to connect about what we have in common. And then there's intergenerational relationships. And I love this because people do need both older and younger people in their lives. Older adults have wisdom, hopefully. Younger generations have energy and new ideas, a fresh perspective. So we can mentor. I just started mentoring my 25-year-old cousin. It's fun. I'm helping her, she's helping me. I also want to mention solo agers. This is a term for people who have no children in their life, no spouse, and maybe limited family. So they have a chosen family that they put together. And I didn't have children, and I was divorced for most of my life. And I remember people saying to me, well, who's going to take care of you when you get older? And I thought, that was really odd. Because first of all, no one's obligated to take care of you when you get older. So we can't assume anything. We need to build our connection. So solo agers, it's a good reminder for all of us. We need to know who is our network. And some people say, gee, I really found out who my friends were when, right? Let's not wait for that when. So on reflecting, instead of asking, do I have enough friends? That's not the point. Ask yourself, who celebrates with me? Who tells me the truth? Who would even notice or care if I disappeared for a week? Whose life am I making better? Where do I truly belong? So those questions reveal much more than the size of your contact list. So this week's challenge is simple. Take one step forward to a connection. Call someone, maybe an old friend, maybe a new friend. Invite someone to lunch. Don't wait for someone to call you. Introduce yourself to a neighbor. Attend the Bold Not Old Circle, August 4th at 6 o'clock. Because designing a meaningful life isn't something that happens accidentally. It's something we have to create and nurture one relationship at a time. At the end of our lives, I know I'm not going to ask, I wish I'd spent more time cleaning my house. I will say, I'm glad I took the time to spend time with people I love. Health gives us the ability to live, but relationships give us a reason. We need the reason. So as you continue designing your next chapter, don't just build a healthy body, build a connected life, because that's what it truly means to live bold, not old. Until the next time, be bold.